day rises over the vineyards of MELEN, overlooking the Sea of Marmara. In this northwestern region of Turkey, winemaking goes back thousands of years. Cem is continuing the tradition as it was passed down from his father and grandfather.
In Turkey, there are about 1,500 grape varieties. It's an important legacy that former civilizations brought to these lands, like the Hittites, the Greeks, the Armenians. We are a melting pot of all of those cultures.
Turkey is the world's 5th largest grape producer, yet only 5% of its harvest is used to make wine. In this pious country, grapes are mainly for eating, not drinking. A trend that's thriving thanks to taxes, bans on publicity, and restrictions on selling alcohol.
I know of no other market where a product is taxed 8 times more than the rest.
These last few years, some winemakers have shut down their business, unable to turn a profit, and increasingly in the spotlight.
We get threatening emails telling us to give up our line of work. In a sector where we're hampered because of these taxes, and with less and less outlets to sell our wine, if you add these emails on top of all that, you can see that there's a real attempt to bring us down.
Turkey's alcohol producers aren't the only ones feeling the pinch. In Istanbul's Beyoğlu district, on the European side of the Bosphorus, many bar owners are giving up the fight.
These last 10 years represent the most difficult period we've ever known in Beyoğlu. About 5,000 bars have changed hands, which means about 5,000 businesses went under. We're trying to defend ourselves, but it's very difficult.
Owners must pay to renew their bar's license every year. For new establishments, the cost is considerably higher.
It's not easy to open a new bar anymore. If it doesn't have a license, it has to be far, like 100 meters far from the school, from mosque, and also you pay amount of money you pay for the license. It depends on the meter square. Those prices are really high now. You have to make big investments.
A financial reality that's pushing more and more bar owners to move to less expensive neighborhoods, like Kadıköy on the Asian side of Istanbul. Here, bars are full, but the alcohol tax is still denting consumption.
People have had to change their habits with rising prices. They don't drink like they used to. Before, they'd order whiskey, now it's beer. Before, it would have been cognac, now it's beer.
On average, Turks drink 1.5 liters of alcohol a year, according to the OECD, far from the average French person at 12 liters a year. More than 80% of Turks say they never drink, but for the others, raki remains the star of Turkish alcohol. The price of a bottle has skyrocketed by more than 600% since the AKP came to power in 2002. Sales have plummeted by 1/3 in the last 5 years. Still, many raki drinkers have found a way around the high taxes, like Necati. He agreed to allow us into his makeshift brewery in his home.
So shall I tell you how I do it? But if your viewers are watching, I want to get my cut. This is my recipe.
Combining ethyl alcohol, water, sugar, and aniseed flavor, Necati no longer needs to distill grapes according to tradition. A dangerous practice that has killed dozens of drinkers in the last few years. Others have gone blind. But this amateur chemist continues to drink 3 liters a week of his concoction.
My raki is different. It's got my personality. I make it with love, and that's what makes it better.
Harika arkadaşlar.
The taxes are too high, and it's clear that they want to discourage us. But they can make it even more expensive. We'll continue to drink, because that's what we've been doing for thousands of years.
For President Erdogan, a practicing Muslim, consuming alcohol is harmful for society. But the taxes are such an important source of revenue that it's unlikely Turkey, a secular country, will ban it altogether.